What's the deal, my people? You know it is Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you another one. And this one is, there has been a whole lot of Game of Thrones Season 8 jump off shit that has just dropped. And we're going to see a lot of Season 8 stuff about to jump off now that we're nearing all the cons. And I'm going to talk about Con of Thrones in a little bit. You know what I mean? We're definitely going to get into that and all that. But I am joined by someone who has not been around in a while. And I'm so happy to have him back. You know what I mean? So let me break this down to you. I'm joined by my man, my right hand. And as always, my right hand is on the trigger. My co-host, my ninja, the king of the north, Emoji Osman.
What's going on, folks? It's Moji, the king of the north. It's Mo Genie, baby. It's the bareback barbarians doing what we do. What's going on, Teflon?
Motherfucker. What it be, baby? What it be? How you doing, brother?
That felt good.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You ain't been there a little bit, man. Ain't the same without you, man. Ain't the same rocking this without my co-host, man. You know what I mean? I could rock with a lot of people and do everything else, but you know what I mean? You my man, 50 grand. I need you there, man. So, you know, so happy to have you back. So happy you feeling better and everything else. Everybody else, what up to everybody in the chat? What up to the person who gave us that super chat right off the Giza? Emilio, love your videos. I'll have to watch tomorrow, but thank you for watching tomorrow. Thank you for super chat. And thank you for showing that love. What up to everybody out here chilling with us right now? What up to everyone out here in the chat? Vincent Harper. What up to Shayna, 83? What up to Felicia? What up to Pamela Sands? What up to Amber? What up to Septa? What up to Andrew Knight? What up to K Love? What up to everybody who's out here? What up to my man Big E? What about to everyone out here and stuff like that? And we definitely getting into this. And we got the Mo. We ain't heard from you in a while, brother. I know you ain't been out the mix. So we're going to talk a little bit about Season 8. I'm going to talk to you about your a couple of things. Then we're going to go into what this is all about. You know what I mean? So where we left off at Season 7, let's just go with this real quick. Did you like last season? What was your rating for last season on a scale of 1 to 10?
Last season... Oh, man. Definitely wasn't season 5. I can tell you that much. Definitely wasn't season 6. Last season was sweet, man. It was something special. That's why they need 2 more years. That's why they need 2 more years for the last one, because season 7 was so good, man. They put the family business out on the table.
No doubt, no doubt. So going into season 8, we have a lot of things that could possibly jump off and stuff like that. Give me one major death that you think is going to happen that's going to wow people. Give me one. Give me one. One person.
You know, people keep throwing Stark names out there. They keep saying Arya, man. I've heard that last summer. I've been hearing it recently, but y'all tell us what you feeling.
Arya,
who's getting it?
It better not be Arya, man. It better not be. I'll tell you that right now. We got a lot of people. We got Felicia saying it was an 8. Big E said it was a 7. The beautiful Smoker Hannah, she said it was an 8. Ralphie George, he says it was worth seeing. Fernandez T, 4 out of 10. Mo Jenny, 10. Don the Kraken Wit in the building, 0. He's hating Don the Kraken Wit on last season. Can't be hating on last season. Last season wasn't bad. Last season was good. It wasn't perfect. And there was a lot of things that they did mess up on, a couple of storylines when you deal with Arya and Sansa, and a couple other things that they messed up on. But overall, I thought it was a really good season. You know, I'd probably give it a 7 or 8 around there. I'd probably give it. I can't remember exactly what I gave it when the season ended. But that being said, that is that. We just hit with some information, Mo Genie, about an upcoming battle. And this battle is supposed to be the most epic battle ever performed on television ever. Period. Now, this is what's supposed to go down with this battle. Now, we've seen the Battle of the Bastards. This was a battle that took 25 days to shoot. This battle that they just did, they shot 55 nights of this battle. So over double the time of this Battle of the Bastards that we get in here. So when we look at this battle, Mo, I think it's probably going to be the Battle of Winterfell. Most of it's probably going to happen at the Battle of Winterfell. What do you expect to see go down with the Night's King and Jon Snow and his troops at Winterfell?
Well, first, we got to know what happened to what's his name? Golly, man. What was John's right-hand man, the wildling dude?
Tormund.
We got to know what the frig happened to Tormund at the wall. Is Ed dead? These boys, they got to like be the first repellent on the Night's King. They, I hope they got away. I hope they ran into the hills. What if they showed us Skagos? What if they showed Tormund going to Skagos or something, warning everybody that the Night's King's coming?
I think if he was going to go at, so when we look at where they were at from the wall, I think they definitely escaped. I don't think they would have them die off screen. I think they learned their lesson with that, with the Blackfish. I don't think they're going to do that again. So I think they probably will escape, and I think that at least Tormund's going to make his way back to Winterfell. We know that they do have a set up there for Wintertown, and that was the town that's outside Winterfell that Brienne was waiting for when she was looking for Sansa to give her the candle. Brienne was waiting there. So there seemed to be something there that they're going to film there at that. So most likely, I think Ed and them will probably die, Ed himself, but I think Tormund will definitely make it back and warn the others. And we also, we got Bran, who's got that vision. So he should know what's going on, Bran, if anyone, when they get down there, the White Walkers are coming.
They'll probably do something like dramatic, like have Tormund show up at Winterfell. I don't know why I'm echoing right now. Guys, I'm going to try to make it stop. I don't know what it is. But, yeah, I think they're going to do something dramatic with Tormund and have him come back to Winterfell. Yeah, we need to know what Bran sees, his visions. I mean, so many theories on Bran, bro. So many things. Is he helping the Night's King? Like, is he going to be the main fighter against the Night's King, or is it going to be Jon? What do you think?
Well, it's when you look at Bran and we see him, there has to be something there. When it comes to a physical confrontation with the Night's King, I think that has to be done by Jon Snow. Now, I did a video, and you know what I'm gonna say a little bit ago, right? And that truly wasn't not too far ago, but it's called The War of Ice and Fire. And in this video, you can watch it back. I say in this video that Melisandre will be on the battlefield against the Night's King and will go head up with the Night's King and will eventually lose. I said that in that video. You can go check that back in the day. The War of Ice and Fire, the true War of Ice and Fire, Melisandre and the Night's King. So I definitely think that's going to go down. I think she will be defeated in the books. I think she'll get turned into the Night's Queen. I don't think that's going to happen in the show. But I think that after that, we will see Jon Snow will definitely have a one-on-one fight, a trial by combat type situation, him versus the Night's King.
I'm definitely feeling this, like all these old school theories of Bran being in the Matrix. Does it feel like the Matrix, where Bran is like a Neo character? You know what I'm saying? And the Night's King is that dude with the glasses in the Matrix. What was that dude's name?
Yeah, Morpheus?
No, not Morpheus. The dude that was chasing him.
The agent.
Agent, whatever his name was. You know what I mean? And they're going to use things from the Matrix to show us, what it's like to be inside the heart tree. A lot of that kind of stuff.
It has to be, because when you look at, we got Agent Smith, I guess his name was, but when we look at Bran's situation and we look at his story that was told from Bran Stark, let's look at the whole story of Bran, and maybe by looking at the beginning of the story, we could probably see where he's going to end up. So Bran Stark gets pushed out of a tree, develops warging ability and green seer ability. He makes his way all the way to the three-eyed raven after learning how to warg a human being. While after learning how to warg a human being, he makes his way all the way to the three-eyed raven, where he learns vast more warging abilities, where he can go into the web with trees and becomes the last green seer. He's warned by the green seer not to stay too long in the dreams, because if you stay too long in the dreams, you can get stuck in the dreams. Now he makes his way back to Winterfell. So the two things that we see here that Bran has learned is that he was able, the only one who was able to take over a human being when he walked into him. And he has a warning from the Raven not to stay too long in the dreams or he'll get stuck in them. So I think when you put those two things together, those are the two things that have to happen to Bran Stark. I think he has to get stuck in the dream by not listening. Something has to happen with that. There's a reason why that was said. That has to get paid off. And he has to walk into another human. I think there must be another human or someone he has to walk into. I think the trial run was Hodor. Now he knows he can do it. Now there has to be someone else he could walk into.
And he's got to fly. That's like the original. Yeah, you know that's the original payoff. That is the original payoff. I don't even think Bloodraven ever warged into a human.
No one has really done that but him, because we've seen Vlad Siskins attempt it, and this is a guy who was able to warg 6 animals, and that woman was able to fight him off.
Back in the day when Bloodraven killed his half brother, or whoever the hell it was, that was what were they? Blackthorns? What was those dudes?
The Black Fires? For what?
Yeah, he killed his half brother, right?
Yes.
But he used his abilities back then, but it wasn't like Bran. Like he was never as strong as Bran.
Well, we don't hear about, we know about Bloodraven from back then. He claims that he has the 1,000 eyes in one. So we know he has some type of sight. Doesn't use it a lot, but we know he has some type of sight. And the thing that he does, Bloodraven, that's different, is that he also uses blood magic for glamoring. So he has the ability to glamour himself, plus he uses the blood magic for sight too back then. And it's supposedly he got a whole vast array of people sick. Now, I think it was him that called the Great Sickness and killed them, but a lot of people say it wasn't, but I think it was him.
Well, like an old school population control.
Yes.
That's that Illuminati. That's that snake skin.
There's no doubt about it. You know what I mean? So when we look at Bloodraven's sneaky ass, you know what I mean, and everything else, I think that this whole situation with Bloodraven, Bran Stark, and the Night's King, I think they're all the same shit. I think that they're all tied together. And when people say that Bran Stark is the Night's King, it's viable to me that Bran Stark could be the Night's King. I truly believe that is a good possibility, and it could end up that way in this show, that it's Bran that is the Night's King at this particular time. Because there's no denying the fact that the look of the Night's King has changed this last season. Did not look like this, and he does look more like Bran Stark.
Yeah. And Winterfell, is it gonna fall immediately in season 8? You know, is that gonna happen? The Night's King has a dragon right now. You know, there can't be too much plot armor and plot holes like there were last season. You know? Is Winterfell gonna get sacked?
I think it's gotta fall too. You know what I mean? I think they have to fall, because I think there's, you know, when you have the escape route in the crypts of Winterfell, we've seen them use that earlier. We've seen Bran and them use it to get away. I think we're gonna have to see that again. So I think that's where they're going to escape through Winterfell, but definitely Winterfell is definitely going to fall there. And I think that this major battle scene is what's going to happen. The one that's twice the size of Battle of the Bastards. And I think it's definitely going to go down. Now, if anyone hasn't had a chance to look at my video, please check out that video. It's called Epic Battle. I just put that video out like maybe an hour or so ago, maybe. And I know a lot of people will probably cover this topic, but I guarantee you that no one covers it the way I cover it in my video. So definitely check it out. I break it down for you and give you insight exactly why and how this battle is going to turn out and what's going to happen. Because I had this article, Mo, from EW. I ran across, and Miguel Sapochnik, the director of these battles, he had a lot of interesting things to say about directing Battle of the Bastards. And one of the things he said was that the ending scenes of Battle of the Bastards wasn't the way it was supposed to end. The only reason they ended it that way was because they got stuck. It was raining for 3 days, and then they weren't able to do their original ending. So they just went off script, and it's made up an ending, and that's how they got all the end the way it came out. But that wasn't the way they planned on ending it.
The thing is, like, I don't want this all to happen in the first 3 or 4 episodes. I don't want like a Hodor episode too early or too late. You know, if they're gonna have Winterfell fall, I want it to be like episode 7 or 8.
Well, there's only 6 episodes this next season, right? So you gotta remember that they only got 6 episodes, and Miguel Sapochnik is directing episode number 3 and episode number 5. So you figure that he's going to be the one that's going to be directing the war episodes. So Winterfell episode will probably be the episode number 3 will be that one. And then whatever happens after Winterfell, the second battle, or the battle for King's Landing, that'll probably happen in episode 5.
Oh, I like what somebody said in the chat. 09 says Theon will rebuild Winterfell Redemption 3.0. Ooh, I love that. I love that.
Yeah, that sounds good. I don't know if it could happen, Theon rebuilding anything. I don't know if it would be Theon to do that, you know, especially Winterfell. I don't think Theon should survive. I think he should die. Me personally, I think he's got too much blood on his hands to live. I think he has to go. So I think that Theon won't make it. We have a question here from Nancy T. What, if anything, of importance do you think will they discover in the crypts of Winterfell? So what's going down in the crypts of Winterfell? They said that they're definitely filming there this year. We're definitely going to have some scenes in the crypts of Winterfell, Mo. What are they going to discover in the crypts?
I completely forgot that there is a backdoor chamber in the crypts that leads out. That's what Osha and Bran and Hodor and Rickon used in season 1 or whatever to get out when Theon sacked Winterfell. I forgot there was a back trap door back there to get out of Winterfell. Now, what else is down there? You know, we got the Holy Grails down there. We're talking about the George R.R. Martin Holy Grails. Dawn, the Sword of the Mornings down there. What you thinking, Teflon?
You know, I wish it was a Sword of the Morning. I hope it's a Sword of the Morning, but I think it's got to be one of 2 things. It's either got to be Dawn's got to be down there, or Rhaegar's harp has got to be down there. I think it's got to be something that ties together Jon Snow's parentage has to be down there. So I think either one of those will do it, and I think that it has to be one of them. I know a lot of people will say that George R. R. Martin said that Dawn is in Starfall, but what else could he say? If he did not answer that question and said keep reading, then you would know it's not there. If he said it's not there, then you know it's not there. It's somewhere else. The only thing he can say to rest the case, to make no one question him, is it's in Starfall. And I think that's the reason why he said it. I don't believe it's at Starfall whatsoever. It's just a ruse that he's playing with you.
He has no other choice but to keep telling people it's still in Starfall. Because if you immediately give up the ruse that it's not there or give any hints that it's not, people are going to say it's in the crypts immediately. So he has to say it's back at Starfall until the book is officially written. So anybody who believes that it's not, you gotta, You gotta keep an open mind here. George R. R. Martin's keeping all the cards close to his vest.
No doubt about it. There's nothing else he could say other than that to end it right then, to get people away from him. He has to say that. We got people saying that they wish that Rhaegar's armor. I said that a long time ago. Rhaegar's armor could be down there. I kind of switched my opinion on that. His armor being down there, kind of switched, because I do believe that Jon Snow's armor, because I knew Jon Snow gets black armor, but I do believe that black armor will be Euron's Valyrian steel armor in the books, without a doubt. That'll be Jon Snow's armor. I don't know if they're going to go that route in the show with Valyrian steel armor. Maybe they go that route. They have Gendry there. They have the dragons there. If they learn how to make Valyrian steel, people keep thinking they're going to make more Valyrian steel swords. Maybe Gendry makes a Valyrian steel set of armor for Jon Snow so he can go one-on-one with the Night's King.
Yeah, most definitely. And, I can picture the scene next season where Jon finds out his lineage from Bran, goes into the crypts, and Jon basically goes to Lyanna's tomb, looks at the tomb, gets upset, and imagine him pushing down the tomb, the statue, and the statue breaks, and out comes the Holy Grail.
That would be phenomenal. I wish something like that would happen. They've been showing the statue a lot. They've always shown it a lot. I think something's definitely down there. There's no other reason for it else to be down there. I don't think it's just a metaphor for him to go down there because he needs to know his parentage. I really think that there's something physical down there that he has to go down there and get, without a doubt. You know what I mean? No doubt about it to me. What up to everyone? We get a lot of people more coming in here, joining us. What up to Caesar? What up to K Love? What up to Boris? What up to everyone out here chilling, man? Straight up, you know what I mean? Thank you for joining me and my man Mo Genie out here talking a little bit of Game of Thrones. We're saying that we got OJ's knife is down there and Saddam Hussein's weapons of mass destruction. Quite possible could be down there. Ian, what up to you? What's going on? You know what I mean? What up to my girl, Queen Straighter? What up to you? What up, CMR? What up to everybody out there? If they raise the dead from the crypts, then what happens? Are they like undead, like Beric Dondarrion? So you think it's possible that the Night's King somehow can raise the dead from the crypts of Winterfell, Mo Genie? Mo?
The Night's King already has a fresh supply of corpses outside Winterfell right now. After the Battle of the Bastards, all the dead bodies. Are they going to bury all the bodies? You know what I mean? He's got giants with him. There's one still out there, isn't he? He got killed by Ramsay. There's a lot of fresh corpses, man. And what if the Night's King comes directly after the Battle of Winterfell or Battle of Bastards? Then he should have a fresh supply of corpses, man. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna raise any dead old Winter Kings. I don't think that's gonna happen. No, he's good. He's good on troops. I don't think it's gonna go down like that. Fernandez T, Super Chat, 10 beans. Thank you, sir. He said, Chia! Possible to get a list of who you think is going to die in season 8. I can do you one better. I can do a whole video on who I think is going to die in season 8, my man. I'll definitely hook you up with that. No doubt about it. So, Mo Genie, let's go through some people since my man Fernandez T wants to know. I'm going to name off some names. And you just tell me if you think they're going to live or die. We'll do a couple of quick ones for them right now. Brienne Tarth, live or die?
Lives.
I'm going to say she dies. Jaime Lannister, live or die?
Lives.
I'm going to say... I'm going to say...
Jaime lives, bro. Jaime lives.
No, well, I got a video saying he does live. I want him to die so bad.
On the TV show, he's not going anywhere. And I'll tell you that for a fact. He's joining the cause. He's joining up with John. He's going to be John's second right-hand man behind Tormund. You feel me?
Yeah, let's see. Let's go through some more, right? I was just dealing with the chat real quick. Let me see. Let's go through them real quick. The Hound
dies.
Bran Stark
dies, but lives in the Matrix the way that Bloodraven did.
All right. This guy is out of here right now. He's got the
Bran's soul.
This dude. Bye.
Bran's soul will live on in the Matrix.
All right, that's the last warning to that cat right there before you get knocked out the chat. For real, son. That's what it is. All right, now let's go keep going through them real quick. Arya Stark
dies. That's my big prediction for next season. You heard it. Mogini called it. You heard it here first, folks.
Sansa Stark
lives.
Gendry
dies.
Tormund
dies.
Cersei Lannister
dies.
Qyburn
lives.
The Mountain
dies again.
Podrick Payne
dies.
I think we got through just about every. I think we went through a lot of the main characters. I don't think
Davos.
That's so Davos. What about Davos?
Davos will survive. Dany.
All right. Dany.
I think Dany's gonna bite the dust trying to save one of her dragons.
Jon Snow
lives.
He can't live. How does Jon Snow live it?
He can't get killed twice on the TV show. This is strictly television show predictions, folks. We're not doing the books. We're going to do that on a separate video.
No doubt. I understand what you're saying. I think that, when you have John, you have Emilia Clarke, you have two stars of the show. You would think that one of them have to make it. You know what I mean? But I just don't see how. Usually when people get killed and come back to life, they always die again once their mission is over. They never stay alive. I can't see him coming back to life and staying alive and just living a happily ever after life. I can't see it going down like that for him.
He's not happily ever after. He's a conflicted soul. He's been brought back by the Lord of Light. He'll never live out a good life, man. He's basically like Beric Dondarrion.
He's got to go. I think John's got to go. Just like Beric Dondarrion's got to go. I think anyone who's been affected by magic or has anything to do with magic has got to go. Dany, John, I think they both got to go. I don't think either of them make it.
What about Bronn?
Bronn's got to go too.
Bronn's ass is getting up out of here. That dude's worn out his welcome for 3 seasons now.
He's been in this. He should have been dead a long time ago. But I don't know what he's got on these damn producers. He's got something on it that makes him just keep this motherfucker around. He should have been dead, Bronn. There's no reason Bronn's alive. How is Bronn alive and Selmy is dead? It just doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. Barristan should be alive, if anyone. Without a doubt. I would love to see Barristan alive going up against the White Walkers. He should definitely be in that battle.
Oh, man. What about Mormont? What about Jorah, man?
He's gonna live. Jorah's not gonna die. Jorah's gonna make it. He got that grace.
Jorah.
He removed that grayscale for a reason. They're gonna remove that grayscale and have him go out. And and I still think there's something that has to mean something. That grayscale cure. It has to mean something about it. I mean, it just can't just be you cured the grayscale, blah, blah, blah. It has to be a bigger picture to that whole thing. There's something that has, I don't know if it's something to do with the White Walkers, but it has to do something with something in the books. I don't know what, but definitely the grayscale cure means more than just curing grayscale.
If you get grayscale and get cured and get touched by a White Walker, you cannot turn into a white.
Now that would be great.
That is gonna be that's gonna be the antivirus. So you're gonna see how people are scared of grayscale right now. People are gonna be dying to get grayscale. Everybody's gonna go to the stone men and want to get all grayscaled up so they can't get turned by the Night's King. You like that prediction?
That sounds good. That's a good theory. Now, people, the grayscale, if you are affected by grayscale, you cannot be turned to a white by the Night's King. Or after you die, you think he can't resurrect you? Or
he cannot resurrect you. Everybody's going to be fleeing to the stone men to get grayscale. Oh my God, I love it.
No doubt. We got Jay Sneath is saying, question, if Daenerys does die, do you think it's possible that Jon Snow gives her the last kiss like Beric gave Stoneheart?
I don't know. Melisandre. We didn't even predict will Melisandre stay alive. What's going to happen to Melisandre?
She's got to go. She said she's going last season. She said she's coming back. Her and Varys. She's predicted both of their deaths. So we know they're going to die. So it's just a question is how they're going to die more than when they're going to die. It's just how.
Exactly. That's crazy, man. That's crazy to think about.
No doubt about it. So, I think that when you look at the situation of Game of Thrones, we're going to have a couple of major characters survive, but not that many. I'm thinking that, from the main cast, we're gonna get about 4 or 5 of them, and everyone else is going to be gone. And that's it. I think we're going to get Sansa's definitely going to be one of the people that survives. Gendry's going to survive. Out of the trifecta of Tyrion, Jon Snow, and Dany, I do believe they all deserve to die. But I think probably one of them will survive. And Sam will survive to tell the story.
Well, Sam's definitely got to survive to tell the story. But what about Gilly's baby?
Gilly's baby.
He's a monster.
Gilly's baby's got to die. Gotta die. And Gilly's baby's gotta go, I think. I mean, I think so. I think Gilly's baby's gotta get out of here. What do you think?
Well, he better not be looking like a toddler the next time we see him. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, he's gonna be that baby. He's a baby for a reason. You know what I mean? They kept that baby a baby for a reason. And
if he's still a toddler by next season, that means definitely the jig is up. He's something.
Because they could have got rid of Gilly's baby. If that baby didn't have a part to play in this series, they could have got rid of that baby. They could have left the baby with his mom. They could have left the baby somewhere else. They could have gotten rid of the baby and not had the baby there. But the fact that they're paying this actor, this little baby actor, money to bring him back every year, to bring a baby that looks like him every year, different babies that look the same, and to keep the same age and stuff like that. There's a reason. It has to pay off. There's a reason why that baby's still around, and there's a reason. I've done a video on it. Everyone knows my feelings on it. I believe that that's Craster's baby is Craster is Blood Raven's son, and I believe that that baby is the White Walker's Azor Ahai. That is what the Night's King is after. He's coming for that baby. That's what he's really coming for. He wants that baby.
A lot of people in the chat want to know, Varys. How's his story gonna end? What did he hear in the fire? What did he
Thank
hear?
you, Ashley Marie, right there. She's like saying, Tony, you're looking very fresh. I appreciate that. The Don does what the Don does, But I appreciate that. Now, what did Varys hear in the fire?
Yeah, they got to wrap all that stuff up. Varys, they gave us more hints last season on Varys hearing some things when Melisandre whispered in his ear. Did we get that? Did they tell us what he heard?
We didn't get what he heard. We got the threat of him telling him. But the interesting part about it is that the fires turned blue, right? When they dropped when Varys, this is what happened. All right. So Varys got abducted by a red priest, and he made a dick kebab out of his shit. Now, when he put the dick kebab in the fire turned blue, and then the voice came out. Now, the only thing that I see that we associate blue flames with is the Night's King and the White Walkers. When you associate the White Walkers with the Night's King, you have to look towards the children of the forest because they're the one who is down with them. So I think it has to be I don't believe in all this different magic shit. There's only one magic, and that's blood magic, and it's just used in different ways. You know what I mean? And that's the way I see it.
I like that somebody said he's going to get eaten by a dragon. That's where the blue flame is representing. It represents Viserion. Wouldn't that be something? A blue dragon.
That would be great. I would love to see that. That would be a phenomenal thing for him to get eaten by a dragon. Yes, I did say dick kebab. Fuck it, I did. So what?
I said straight shish kebab, folks.
Yeah, that's just the way it should be. He got what he got. I mean, that's the way it goes. What up to the Queen of Ice and Fire? What up to Gary Leach? What up, K-Love? What up, Dan N? What up to all you cats out there? My man John Haymaker chilling. This is what we do. We rock. We get down like this. I know we have some other questions. They're going up there and stuff. They're going.
We didn't even bring up Tyrion. Tyrion, dead or alive?
I think that if out of the trifecta, one of them has to. What up, Joanna K? One of them has to live. If one of them's going to live, I'm gonna have to say it would have to be fucking Tyrion. As much as I think he should die, he's got blood on his hands. Everything points to him being dead. For show purposes, I think that he could live. Bastard.
I was just thinking when Tyrion was down in the crypts in Marine with the dragons, he's in the dark crypt, and all of a sudden he knows the dragons are down there, the two dragons that are hidden, when he touches one of them. And when he first sees them, remember both dragons started like making the fire come out of their throats, so that it was like a blue flame came out of Viserion and Rhaegal's throats, and that's how they lit up the room and Tyrion could see them.
Say that again.
The flames, when the dragons revealed themselves to Tyrion down in the crypts, it's a blue flame immediately. It wasn't red, it was bluish.
Was it really? I have to check back on that. So the dragon shot and it was blue. Go on with it.
Yeah, so like I'm thinking, blue flames, you don't see too many situations with blue flames when you think about Varys' situation. Maybe there's some shit to that. I don't know, man.
It could be. I think that when you hear anyone speaking in the flames, if you hear anyone speaking ever. There's only a couple of people that speak. All right. You either get through people's dreams through a glass candle or it's a green seer. That's it. There's no one else. Zero. No one else. That's all there is. That's the way it's going down. I'm telling you, people. It's just different people see it different way, but it's the same shit. And that's the way it's going down. You know what I mean? That's where it's going down. What up, Gary? Thank you saying you love the channel. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Let's just keep this going. Please, let's get those thumbs up going up there. Please, if we can get this thumbs up, to 100 likes, we'd like to do that. Get that up there. We definitely had a giveaway last live stream. That stuff is coming. What happened was they just released a new Game of Thrones beer in Armageddon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up there Saturday, and I'm going to buy the new beer, and I'm going to send that to you. And maybe if I get a couple of box sets, I'll give away the box sets on the next stream with some glasses in them and stuff like that. But so definitely subscribe. Definitely subscribe and definitely hit that notifications bell because YouTube does not promote my channel whatsoever. They refuse to do it. So you will not be notified if I upload or stream unless you hit that bell, period. There's no other way to get it. You got to have that thing going down like that. So
they do that. They do that to a lot of YouTubers.
Bell. Say it again, bro.
They do that to a lot of YouTubers. Back when the adpocalypse happened, people just aren't seeing people's videos. They're not getting promoted. Even the big YouTubers. You see the big YouTubers always telling their audience, please hit the notification button so you get all my videos because YouTube doesn't push them.
What YouTube's response to that is that they figure that if they notified every one of your subscribers every time you upload a video, that would be a spamming effect, and they don't want to spam people. So they look at a subscription service in different tiers. So if you subscribe to my channel, then you're tier 1. If you subscribe and hit the bell, then you're a tier 2. So they'll send only the notifications to the people on tier 2. The only other people who get notified, if it depends on how much watch time you spend on that channel. If you spend a certain amount of watch time on that channel, and they won't tell you exactly how much time it is, then they will notify you. But if you stop spending time on that channel, but they don't tell you how much time in between gaps that is, they'll stop notifying you. So that's how they work it. It's really not a fair system, not at all. It's because they promote who they feel like promoting, and that's the bottom line. And they just give you a bunch of BS to try to make it seem like it's fair because it should be a fair playing field, but it's not. Because you can see people trending that have 100,000 views on a video, while some people have 5 million views and don't trend at all. So it's all about what they want to do. And that's the way it is. So please, if you definitely like Teflon TV and you want to support me, I don't make a lot of money on my channel. You can see, it shows you I make about $200 a month on my channel, period. I don't make a lot of money. That's the bottom line. I do this for the love of this. And make sure you hit that bell so that you can get notified when I upload these videos because these shits take hours and hours and hours to do.
It's all for the love of the game, folks.
No doubt about it. I know we have questions here. How much of what happened has the Night King influenced? I don't know if the Night King himself influenced it, but I think it's Bran. If Bran Stark is the Night King, then it makes perfect sense, everything that's going on to me. It makes 100% sense that this is what's going on. And Jon Snow in the end will be confronted with having to kill Bran to stop all this because Bran Stark goes back, tries to prevent what's going on, and winds up getting stuck inside of the Night King and becomes the Night King, which is the reason why the Night King has this great walking ability. Because you can look at it. When they show you the picture of Jon Snow and Daenerys, when they go into that cave looking for the dragon glass last season, and they show the picture of that Night King has a beard. Has a goatee and a beard. Plain as day, you can see it. He has a
it looks like
beard. So that's a different Night King that was back then. So now we have this new Night King that's out here with no beard. So that first Night King may not have had this great walking ability that we see of this guy. He may not have been as good as Bran is. It could be Bran stuck inside of him that gives him this omnipotent type of walking ability, that he can walk everything and so many different things. It could be a situation like that. Maybe the last night's team wasn't as powerful, but now that Bran is in there, he's just overpowered. I think that makes a lot of sense. If it went down like that, it would be good. Sam, oh, I haven't seen you in a while, Sam. And she said, hey, Tony and Mo, hey, chat, just popped in to show some love. I'm still at work. Thank you, Sam, for showing some love. Have not seen you in a while. Thank you for hanging out here. Look at Mo, we are chilling. The numbers keep going up. People keep watching. Loving that. Thank you all for chilling with us. I know Smokescreen does his thing. I think he starts about 9 o'clock or something like that. So we definitely will be off before Smoke starts. So you definitely watch Smokescreen. We do not step on toes. And I have a lot of panels at this year's Con of Thrones with Smokescreen. I don't know if I'm allowed to announce what panels I'm on and who's on it, but I'm just going to say that. I know I'm on a bunch of panels with Smokescreen. I look forward to being on the panels with him at Con of Thrones. So definitely come to Con of Thrones. If you want to help to get the Don to the con, then definitely hit me on my GoFundMe page. You can put $1 in there. Anything helps get me to the con. I would truly appreciate it. Straight up and all that good stuff. All right. We have another. What do you think of Monster being the next Night King in line? I just answered that a little bit ago. Yes, I do believe. Please check my video. I definitely said that he is the Azor Ahai of the White Walkers. Made a video about it 3 years ago. Just updated that video. So check out the updated version if you don't want to look at the older video. But the older video I think is better because we have more. It's longer and it's more in depth. You know what I mean? So that is what it is and stuff like that. Mojini Linguini.
Uh-huh.
Let me ask you this. There's a lot of people who got a lot of hate for Sansa Stark. A lot of people want Sansa Stark to die. Wait, we're gonna get this question. Chris Brooklyn has a question. But while I'm looking for that question, Mojini, do you think that why people hate Sansa Stark? I mean, everyone has a reason to hate anyone, and yes, you can be justified for anything. But do you think that Sansa Stark is the hate that she gets? Is she deserving of it?
No, she's not deserving of all the hate. It's just that, she's a female character, trying to be in a strong lead position, and you're gonna get hate. You're gonna get hate doing that. People want to see a male Stark, take over the lineage. I guess that could be another thing. I don't know. I don't know why there's so much Sansa hate, but it's probably to do with how she was a little girl, and snotty in the first couple of seasons. And people can't forget that. They still think she's that little girl. They don't want to think that she's, grown up now, in my opinion.
Yeah, she's a little girl. You got to give a little girl a pass on that. Chris Brooklyn, please ask that question again. If you can, I would appreciate that. Gary Leach, how do I find your GoFundMe page? I'll have a link in the description at the bottom of this. Probably maybe someone who is a moderator of mine. Can you put my GoFundMe link in the chat? If you can, I would appreciate that. Let me get to this question. This is from Chris Brooklyn. Fernandez T is putting it. It says, the faceless men are everywhere in the show as well. Since season 1, why are they not as big a factor in people's opinion? So we've seen a lot of the faceless men from season 1. But right now, it doesn't seem like the faceless men have a bigger role in the show. We've seen Arya learn some stuff from the faceless men, but we don't see her really using these faceless men abilities. What is the true purpose of the faceless men, Mojini?
True purpose. I think they were there to push Arya's narrative in the books and in the show to show that she's growing as a character. You know, there is mystery behind them, but I don't think George R. R. Martin's ever going to give us the total sum being of what the faceless men are. You know, we got the mystery of how they were, you know, some of the first people in Valyria, then they turned on their masters and yada yada yada, and you know, now they're assassins. Now they're an assassin guild, an assassin cult of assassins. So is George ever going to give us the full rundown on them? I don't know, man. I think they were just there to push Arya's character.
Yeah, I think in the show it could be over for the Faceless Men. I don't think we're going to see a lot, but in the books, I think we have a much bigger role. So I think that the Faceless Men are trying to kill the dragons in the show. I'm in the books. I think that's what they're after. I think that's the book that he's after. The Death of Dragons. I think that's the book he's trying to steal from the Citadel. And I think that a dragon egg with wildfire mixed in is a nuclear bomb. And I think that that's their plan, is to blow up King's Landing with all the dragons in it and take everything out in one fell swoop. That's what I think the Faceless Man's plan is in the books. I don't know if we're going to see that all in the show, but in the books, I think that's what's going down.
The crazy thing is, the dragons brought magic back into the world. The Faceless Men use magic to kill. Why would they want to get rid of the dragons, man?
See, I think that is
that's a catch-22.
I think it's also a kind of a misnomer too. You know what I mean? Because if dragons came back to the world, brought the magic back to the world, but we know that the White Walkers have been alive way before the dragons came back. The White Walkers were collecting babies for Craster way before the dragons came back. So if the White Walkers are magical, and we know that Bloodraven was inside of the tree way before the dragons came back, then the magic was already there. I could see them making the magic stronger, but I don't know if we could really say that the dragons made the magic come back because we had these other things going on.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I don't think the Night's King came back, though, until the dragons hatched. Yes, the White Walkers were back, but I think the Night's King was in some sort of coma. And when the dragons came back, he came back. The White Walker generals were collecting Craster's babies for sacrificial blood to get the Night's King back the day the dragons were woke. Awaiting for the dragons to be woke.
Yeah, I could see that. It's definitely going down. It's hard to say because it's a touchy situation. You know what I mean? It go either way. It really took a George to straighten that out. It could be a messed up narrative there when you want to consider it, but I just don't know how you can say the dragons brought the magic back when all these other things had been going on that have to be considered magical. So we got a big Mogini baby out there from the Spurs. Spurs man Matt. And that is what it is. That is what it is. Keep showing Mo some love and maybe come back out, more often.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Let me get Mo on camera. Only if we get Mo on camera, I gotta do an afternoon stream and shit. That's how you get Mo on camera.
Yeah, we're gonna do a big old Q&A one of these days in the summertime, and then we'll get my mug back up on the screen.
No doubt. Definitely. You know what I mean. After Kind of Thrones, I'm gonna definitely be in there in Kind of Thrones. I'm gonna stream from Kind of Thrones. Q&A. People treated the White Walkers like fairy tales until the first book. Do you think Snarks and Grunkins will be real too? And that is from the beautiful Sailor Diva. What do you think, Mo? Snarks and Grumpkins, are they going to be real too?
Snarks and Grumpkins are definitely real. What was that fairy tale in the book? The other one in God, man, the something king, the Shrimp King.
The
Oh,
we got the rat cook.
another rat cook. God, man,
Then you have
the one where when Brienne is in that village in the books and she has to kill that clown, that pedophilia clown, and she kills the clown and the other dude. He was a joker. God, not a joker. Oh man, it's so hard to explain.
we're talking about bite that when the biter situation.
When you know how Brienne goes after Sansa,
Yes.
who she's believing to be Sansa, and then she goes into that village and she hears this fairy tale about that blood sucking thing in the forest. I forgot what they're called, Shrimp Kings or something. God, why can't I forget the name? Somebody in this chat used to have their name, the name of that fairy tale from the books. There's Grumpkins and Snarks, and then there's this other third
Grumpkins
thing
and
that
Snarks
people
are
talk about.
Squishers, Grumpy.
Squishers, man. Squishers. That's what the hell it was. If you've read the books, you know what a squisher is. Tell them what a squisher is, man.
The Squisher is basically the people that play in Witcher 3 on the water. The drowners are the squishers from Witcher 3. But the squishers are basically like web people that supposedly suck the blood of people in the deep. That is a crab fairy tale. I think that like the Grumpskins and the Snarks are not real. I think Grumpskins, Snarks, not real, and then they threw in the White Walkers, but those are really real. You know what I mean? But they put them in there with them to try to make it seem like they weren't real, like the other ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like it's like a fairy tale or like a wives' tale in the stories that nobody believes.
Exactly. So
And
I think that Shayla Diva says Nimble Dick told that story. You're correct on that, without a doubt. Thank you for that. But I think that the Scrumpsons and them are false, but the White Walkers are real. I think that's the way it goes. What up, Rich Shatwell? What's going on, brother? How's everything's going with you? You know what I mean? Hope everything is chilling here. Someone is chilling up in here, an Arabic name. I can't read it because I can't read Arabic, but thank you so much for being up in here. Ours is the Fury is up in here. He's chilling with us. You know what I mean? Scott McCloy's up in here. Then we just look. We keep growing, baby. We getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That's what like we gonna scream more on a regular basis. You know what I mean? So definitely keep it posted. Keep hitting that notification bell so you know exactly when I'm uploading these streams and stuff like that. So you can definitely get down with us and stuff like that, and be a part of all the giveaways that we give away and stuff like that in these streams and stuff like that. Shout out to Trinidad. You know what I mean? Without a doubt, we give that up for my man KP. You know what I mean? That's how we do it like that. You know what I mean? Chilling up in this piece and having a good time, talking a little bit of Game of Thrones before the work week has to start. Oh, Patchface is a man. We'll have to do a whole stream devoted to Patchface. I can't get it. You can check my old videos I did about Patchface, but we'll definitely do it. Woo! Thank you, Nancy T. Something for the con 20 beams. I truly appreciate it. It definitely will help me at the con. Is there anyone else? Please check out the GoFundMe page. Get the Don to the con. Check out my last couple of videos. If you don't know the link should be in the description. I don't know. My moderators are at my people. They're supposed to put that link, get me to the con in that for me. You know what I mean? But thank you. That we got his ham. Thank you, his ham, for hanging out with us. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. You know, I'm from Queens, New York. This is how I talk, baby. You know what I mean? But don't take no offense to it, baby. That's how we get it going. You know what I'm saying? Mushpuss says you won't be laughing when Sansa dies. Number one, if she dies, she dies. Stannis is my favorite character, and he already died. You know what I mean? So But she ain't dying, baby. She ain't dying. I guarantee you that. You know what I mean? I guarantee you it ain't going down like that. You know what I mean? So Sansa definitely gonna be up in this building. So Mojini language, we got another super chat right here from Big Kev. He says, "Who's going to fight Triple G? Who's going to fight Triple G and Canelo now that Canelo was dirty?" So you're talking about boxing questions. I will answer this boxing question real quick. Canelo definitely was dirty. Triple G, I mean, I don't know who Triple G is going to fight. He's going to duck. He already got his first opponent. He tried to pick someone easy. They turned that down. I think he should fight a Charlo brother. I don't think he's going to fight Charlo. I think that's who he should fight, or he should just give the Miracle Man a rematch, because I thought the Miracle Man won that fight when he fought him the first time. All right, and that is that. And I love talking boxing. I would definitely talk it all the time, but I know people here for Game of Thrones, so I have to try to keep it there. But definitely keep the boxing questions coming if you want them. I'll definitely answer them. I don't care. I love it. Let's see. I keep seeing patch face questions now. Let's see what Dan N says about patch face. Tony, what do you think about patch face saying under the sea and smoke rises in bubbles? It turns green, blue, and black. Smoke signals. Green seers. Blue, Night King magic. Black, glass candles. You know, in order for me to answer a question like that, I really have to sit down and analyze the whole situation. Now, what you're saying definitely sounds good. I came up with a bunch of theories for just about every one of his riddles. I can't think of them offhand. Let's see. Under the sea, the smoke rises in bubbles. It burns green, blue, and black. I mean, the colors that you're saying are the only colors that seem to match up with that, unless you could talk about some type of sigils. If you wanted to go with sigil color, it could be that rising from the depth. It could be trying to think of who's in the water. What Euron, green, blue, and black. Could it be some type of? It could be some type of sigil. I would think sigil type situation. Green could be wildfire. Sarah C says that it could be wildfire type. It could be all different forms of fire. We know that there's different in the books. Dragons shoot color fire. All different dragons shoot different color fire. It's not like the way it is there, right? So that's how it's a different situation that we see. So it could be a different thing. I really have to think about that to really give that a good answer and stuff. But off the top of my dome, that's what I would come up with. It could be wildfire. It could be dragon fire. It could be sigils. It could be either or. But definitely makes sense. Euron sail is black. It could be relating to the Greyjoys in some certain way. It could definitely be something like that. Sailor Diva says green equals wildfire, blue equals white dragon flame, and black Mokoro is the black flame. That makes sense. It could be. Definitely we'll have to take a look at that in more depth and see what's going on with that real quick. Dan N says, oh my God, black fire. It could be black fire. What would black fire be? Black fire could be black fire. You're correct in that. It could be that. You know what I mean? Definitely. Cannot not say anything bad about that or anything, but definitely a good question. Deserves a whole video being devoted to it and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So we're gonna keep on rocking with you right now. We're gonna keep this popping right now. You know what I mean? We're gonna go to 8:30. I'm gonna go to 8:30 and 15 more minutes and answer these rest of these questions for you and see what's going on here right now. Do you think Victorian would have added anything to the show? I think he would have if they would use him right. It's all about if you use the characters the way they're used in the books. You know what I mean? Then I think he would. But the fact that you put Euron in some of the Victorian roles, it would have been different. You know what I mean? But I think if they would have used him right the way they should have used him, and they would have casted Mads Mikkelsen as Euron, and then they would have casted someone else to play a Victorian him. I think you could have more Brutus type person to play Victorian. I think it definitely could have worked if it would have been done like that. I think that definitely would have been it. What did Varys hear in the fire? I don't know exactly what he heard in the fire, but I do know that that voice is definitely I think a green seer that stroke to him. Joanna K asks, has Arya already killed the eyes as she's supposed to? Or do you think that she will kill another main character in season 8? I think that she's going to kill a White Walker in season 8. I think that'll be her big death killing. As for the other eyes, I think those are just eyes of the faces that she was going to wear. I don't know if there's going to be deaths. It could just be the faces of the people she was going to wear. Chris Brooklyn asks, could Arya get help from the faceless gods to help her fight a White? Or become a faceless god since out? I think that, I don't know if she can get help from the faceless god to fight a White, but I just think her training from the faceless men will help her. When you look at the situation with her, she seems to be the most skilled fighter out of everyone that we've seen when it just comes to movements. So, and they've given her the smallest weapon there is, a dagger. Now, I think in the books, it won't be that dagger. I think it's going to be most likely Blackfire. I think it would most likely be a Valyrian steel sword. Dark Sister, my bad, not Dark Sister. It will be. I think that would be her sword in the books because it's a Bravosi style blade, and that's the training that she's got. It's a smaller blade. It was wielded by a woman already. So I think in the books that's the blade. She's gonna have that Valyrian steel sword, not that dagger. I think they didn't introduce the sword in the show, so they gave her the dagger instead. Oh, let's see here. Is Arya and Gendry too obvious? I think that it is obvious. I think it's more setting up Arya and Sansa. I mean, Sansa and Gendry. I think that's where you look at. When you look at Robert Baratheon and Ned Stark, they had a plan. He said, "I have a son, you have a daughter. Let's join our houses." I think their houses will be joined, but I just don't think it was the people that they intended it to. It's going to be Gendry that's going to be the one to marry. That's going to be the one to marry Sansa. I think that'll be Edric in the books. And I think then it goes down. That's why his name is Edric, because Edric is a nickname. Nickname for Edric is Ned. So a nickname for Edric is Ned. I think that's why he's going to marry her, and that's why he's going to be with her. Edric Storm, that is, and he'll be the new Ned Stark. I think he'll take the Stark last name and drop his last name of Storm just to take the Stark last name to save the house, and that's how House Stark will survive when it's all said and done. Now, what role, if any, will Nymeria and the Wolf Pack play in season 8? M. Hayes asked that. I think that Nymeria and the Wolf Pack are going to save them on the escape. I think when they're escaping and it's time for them to go, I think that while they're making an escape, Nymeria and the Wolf Pack are going to protect them and allow them to make their escape. I think that's the role that they're going to play there. I think that's how it's going to go down. Do you think the Night's Queen is being held in the crypts? Gary Leach asked that. Nope, I don't think she's. I think they killed the Night's Queen. I think she's done. I think that Melisandre will be resurrected as a new Night's Queen when it's all said and done. Check out my videos. I got a couple of videos on that. But if you check out that video, the War of Ice and Fire, you'll see exactly why I feel that way. I put that.
Hey, dang, my internet cut off on me, man.
It's all good, baby. It's all good. I've been holding it down. I ain't holding it down, I ain't new to this, man. Been doing this for years. Could definitely hold down a chat and definitely hold down a live stream. That's just the way it goes, man. That's just the way it be. Everyone know Mo Gini's on that Roscoe Jenkins shit. Everyone know that already, Mo. This is what it be.
We here, we there, we everywhere, folks. This is the Bareback Barbarians. Doing what we do.
The originators of the pregame show for Game of Thrones. The original pregame show, baby. Many have come and bit the idea, but we know who originated the ideas. And that's how it goes, you know what I mean? That's it. Now, this ain't my first rodeo. Speaking of rodeo, Mo Gini, last year, the Don Tony Teflon was on the mechanical bull, and
A mechanical bull.
mechanical bull, a mechanical bull, and the mechanical bull could not knock the Don off. Yeah, you may think, I'm trying to tell you people, the man put it at max speed, and the Don, New York City, Queens, New York, with the holding it down with the one hand. Yankee hat didn't even come off the head. Held that bull down. So that's how I get down, goddamn it. And I'm trying to tell him, going back to that goddamn bull when it comes to the fair again this year. And I'm doing it again. I'm gonna put it on videotape for y'all. Straight up. I'm gonna put it on videotape for y'all so you can see it. What up to my man, Sir Ryan Vine? Have not seen him in a long time. This motherfucker made some great videos. I love Sir Ryan Vine. Wish he'd get back into the game. What up, homie? Glad to see you up in this piece. You know what I mean? Without a doubt.
Now, everybody came to pay homage to Linguini.
No doubt.
No
doubt. Listen, and people saying they don't believe. Listen, man, I'm gonna put it on goddamn tape. You see me on a mechanical bull. You're gonna see what I do. You're gonna see what I do. I don't bullshit, man. I don't be playing around, man. Yes, I am a dragon rider. That was the point I was making. You see, that just shows that Tony Teflon the Don, or you want to call him Tony Targaryen, whatever it would be, I would definitely be the rider of the dragon, without a doubt. Definitely would be the rider of the dragon. Whether it's a dragon or Amelia Clark, the Don would ride it. He gets down like that.
He gets down like that, folks.
Thug mugging him. That is what it is. Yeah. No, I don't have that. I'm a pretty muscular man. You gotta watch yourself. The Don can also hula hoop. Listen, I'm not a bad hula hooper. All right, I'm not bad at hula hooping. You know what I mean? My hips don't lie. Let me put it to you like that. All right. The Don's hips don't lie. They don't lie. Believe that. It don't lie.
Was that a Shakira song?
Sure was, motherfucker.
Hips don't lie.
It says, will you interview any of the actors at Kind of Thrones? You know, I don't really know if I'm going to go that route. I don't really be trying to sweat people, nothing like that. To tell you the truth, what I would be doing if I go down there, if I ever get the chance to meet any actor, I would talk to them and feel them out and see how receptible they were for writing a children's story, or if they can move a children's story, if it would be a proper thing like that. That's usually what happens with me when I get around celebrities, because I write the children's books for celebrities. So when I get around them, it's more of a business type situation. I just start talking to them and start trying to feel them out and seeing if it can go down. I was going to talk to Hodor about that last year, but he wasn't around. So we're going to see if I wanted to do some work with him, but we're going to see. Maybe I'll do some work, get some work with someone in there and get a book deal with someone and write a kid's book for them too. That's probably what I would do if I got a chance to talk to someone like that. But that's all I would be doing. But look for a new kid's book from me coming out soon from the heavyweight champion of the world, Deontay Wilder. It's soon enough, a couple of months away from that. But keep
that dude need to fight Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua don't want to fight. He don't want that work. You don't want that work, son. He don't want that work.
What the hell happened to that fight?
He don't want that work. Anthony Joshua don't want that work. Anthony Joshua would take that all day. Any day for any amount of money will take that fight. Take that all day. Anthony Joshua don't want that work. And that's the bottom line. And that's what it is.
They should have been fought by now.
I'm gonna see if I can talk. This is way too. I know I can do it now, but maybe next year or something like that. We'll see. Maybe I can get Deontay to show up at one of these cons or something like that and come through and stuff like that. No way I'd be able to get him to do it now. He's just way too busy right now. Maybe next year or something like that. I could talk him and see if he's always willing to do things like that. He really likes to hang out with kids, like a school, reading to the school. He's always about doing stuff like that. But so I had to talk to him and see if I can get him to do something like that. See what it is. You know what I mean? So we see what it is. We're gonna talk boxing. We're gonna take a couple more questions before we out. We told you 8:30 and I'm out the door. You know what I mean? Please check out Teflon TV. GoFundMe, right? Get the Don to the Con. I think if you put that into Google, it should pop up. If not, maybe one of my moderators would put it in the chat if they could find it. I can't find it right now. It would be a big situation if I went in there. But you can check my videos. The link is in the description. I don't think it may not have been in the last two, but the one before that, I think it's definitely in there. You know what I mean? And that's definitely there. So, and if anything, you know what I mean? If it's a quarter, Don will take it. Who do you think will win between... Who is that? Jon Snow and who? Who is it with Jon Snow?
You got YouTubers trying to box each other now, let alone Wilder and Joshua.
I'll fight a couple of YouTubers straight up.
You got Jake. You got Logan Paul trying to fight KSI because KSI beat this other English YouTuber. So now the Paul brothers are trying to fight KSI. YouTubers are trying to box each other for money. Fousey Tube's trying to get a piece of this. Man, YouTubers are going crazy now.
I could box any one of them dudes. I would, but I'm too old for that stuff. I can't be doing that stuff. Nah, them dudes don't want that work, man. These dudes don't want that work. They don't understand what it's like, man, when you're really in there and you're really in the ring and stuff like that. But nah, I mean, I would box a couple of these motherfucking YouTubers out here. It wouldn't even be it'd just be a slaughterhouse. It wouldn't even be a boxing match if I was boxing these dudes. It would just be I don't think dudes could last 60 seconds in the ring with me at all. And it wouldn't be fair. I boxed for many years. I boxed with PAL, the Police Athletic League in the city. For many years, it wouldn't be fair for me to box people just getting in there boxing. It truly wouldn't be, and I wouldn't do that to anyone. I'm not bragging. I'm not professional. I'm not saying anything like that. All I'm saying is I do what I do. I'm from Queens, New York. It is what it is. Now, this cat right here, Muzzpuck, who want to say ducking Deontay. How is Deontay Wilder ducking when he is willing to take any price that Anthony Joshua offers for the fight? He hasn't ducked anyone. So, you know, I'm always willing to talk about that, you know what I mean? But let's keep the facts straight, brother. You know what I mean? Keep the facts straight. We can keep that going there. You know what I mean? We can. Tony versus the small council. I could not. Those are my people. I wouldn't be a fair fight versus any of them. Those are my people. They're lawyers. You don't fight lawyers. All right. Yeah, that's people. You want to stay. You don't fight lawyers. You don't fight doctors. These are people you need in your life. All right. You don't box those people. Those are all my good. Miss Oh So Awesome, good night. Thank you very much. We're about to wrap this up right now. But before I do, AU Pac Mule, what up? Thank you for joining us here right before we about to wrap this up. But before I do, if you can, let these people know that Teflon TV, the Don Tony Teflon, Moji, Languini, the Bear Bark Barbarians are worldwide. And rep your hood in the chat. Let us know what city, what country you're from. Mojini, you got the chat. You gonna read this out for these people?
Got you. We got a bunch of people in the chat right now. I think it's over 150 grand.
No doubt. And we got Cheryl Queen Strader posted the GoFundMe in there. Thank you, my darling. I really do appreciate that. And please check that out. Let's go, Mojini. You see him going up there?
Yeah, we got Detroit, Fort Lauderdale, Vineland, New Jersey, Seattle, H-Town. That's Houston for you folks out there. That's London. We got Dallas, Texas, Orange County, Chicago, Los Angeles, Huntsville, Alabama, El Monte, California. Oh, my God. We got people from New York. We got Queens. We got Middletown. Oh, man. Las Vegas. Coachella, California, Vancouver, Washington, D.C. They coming from all over, man.
No doubt about it. Smokeahanas, Kentucky girls love our amendment rights. We got Carts from Missouri. We got Wets from Manhattan, Kansas. We got Joanna K representing St. Louis, Missouri. AU Pacquiao chilling in the building. M. Hayes, Orlando, Jasmine B, Charlotte, North Carolina, Kefron Pierre, Trinidad and Tobago, the Caribbean. God damn it, you living a life. He had to put that out there, right? You know what I mean? He had to let everybody know he in the Caribbean, right? You could have held that to yourself, brother. He had to come out here. I'm in the Caribbean, all right? Fuck yeah. No, Fuck you, man, and you in your Caribbean. I wish I was there with you, baby. I really, maybe one day I will get out there to come out there, and maybe one day I'll be able to come out there and say what up to you, homeboy. We got homeboy people repping from Australia, people chilling out here. Must push. Peace out, brother. Yo, get up. I'm gonna do a stream with Dustin Stones or Strictly Boxing, and we're gonna get that. You know what I mean? Frank Lewis, Israel, controls of the world. We own America. Frank Lucas, I respect your opinions and your honesty, brother. And that is what it is. That's where we get down. You know what I mean? You know, we get this in, man. And that's how it is. Definitely check out the link that Queen Strader is putting up there for the GoFundMe. It all really does help. You know what I mean? As I said, I ain't one of these YouTubers who make a fortune on this channel. All that stuff is public. I ain't lying to you. You can publicly see how much I make. And I'm not going to tell you it's $200 a month. You can see it. So it's bringing in. I'm not like these other people making thousands of dollars a month on this thing. It doesn't go down like that with me. You know what I mean? I work a regular job every day, 40 or 50 hours a week. That's just the way it goes down. You know what I mean? That's what it is. I fit in this when I can fit this in and do what I can do the best I can. So if you can help a brother out, I really do appreciate it. It really does help me out. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. Mogini Languini, we are out of here. Thank you, brother, for chilling. You know what I mean? And co-hosting like you're supposed to be. For doing your goddamn job. But no, Mo, I know you had some difficult times, brother. Glad to see that you're doing better, feeling better. And, you know, it ain't the same without you. Hopefully that we can keep this going, man, every weekend and keep you up in the peace, man.
For sure, man. I miss doing this. It was a good time. Loved seeing everybody from back in the day, man. Some people have been in the chat for a long time, man, and that's loyalty. We reward loyalty out here, man. Love doing this, brother.
No doubt. And I do believe Smokescreen probably usually does a stream like 9 o'clock on Sunday. So let me get off before he starts. And if you're looking for more Game of Thrones and you need to your juice, definitely check out Smokescreen's channel. He's a cool cat. You know what I mean? They definitely be doing their thing over there. So if you like the way you do this, please thumbs up this, please spread this across the realm, and please subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.